Well, hello, my name is John Watts. I'm an Alabama consumer protection attorney, and this is part of our continuing series on answering questions. The question we'll answer today is, how does the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or the FDCPA, apply to my mortgage company? Well, here's what the FDCPA regulates or governs. It says if you have a debt collector and they're dealing with a personal debt, so not a business debt, then the FDCPA will normally apply. So what we do is we first start off and say, okay, well, what is the definition of a debt collector under the FDCPA? Here's the basic definition. If the company that we're wondering if they're a debt collector, if that company, the first time it touched the loan, okay, to quote, collect on the loan, to service the loan, whatever you want to call it. The first time they touched it was the loan in default, as defined by the loan. So with a mortgage, we look at either the mortgage or the note, normally the note. And the note will normally say, if you do not make your payment by the due date, you are in default. Now, the mortgage companies don't like this. They say, oh, no, you're not really in default. Even though our document says you're in default, we don't think you're in default, because they don't want the FDCPA to apply to them. The FDCPA says that they cannot lie to you, they cannot treat you unfairly, and they despise that law. They do not want to be governed by that law. So they'll fight against this, but just understand that's the basic definition is when your mortgage company got your loan, was it in default or was it on time? So let's look at a couple of examples. Let's say Bank of America receives your loan after it was in default. So your due date's on the 1st, and now it's the 18th, and you still haven't paid, so that's in default. And then on the 18th, Bank of America takes over the loan. Well, then Bank of America will normally be a debt collector and will be subject to the FDCPA. Well, what about if NationStar, they get your loan and they say you're in default, so they send you a letter, it says, welcome to NationStar, and by the way, you're 2 months behind. And it turns out you're actually not 2 months behind. Well, does the FDCPA apply to NationStar? Is NationStar a debt collector? And the answer is normally yes. Even though you're technically not in default, if they treat you like you're in default, if they believe you're in default, they act like you're in default, then you get the protection of somebody who is in default, which in this situation means the FDCPA would apply. Okay, so what good does it do for a mortgage company to be a debt collector under the FDCPA? Well, we've talked about that they can't lie to you. And crazy as it sounds, under Alabama law, at least a lot of courts, and certainly the mortgage companies, believe they can lie to you without hesitation, as long as they do it verbally, sometimes even in writing. But they believe there's nothing you can do under Alabama law. But now the FDCPA is different. So maybe Alabama law allows them to lie to you, but we don't care about Alabama law when we're dealing with a federal law like the FDCPA. So it does a lot of good that way. It has an ability for you to get statutory damages up to $1,000. That's even if you couldn't prove you were injured. Now, when they violate the law with your mortgage, almost always you would have lots of damages. You can get actual, or what are called compensatory damages, to compensate you. Maybe you had $100,000 in equity in your house and your mortgage company wrongfully foreclosed. Well, then your damages might be $100,000 plus mental anguish. It also allows your attorney to be paid, to force the mortgage company to pay your attorney if you're successful. It's a very powerful law. They absolutely hate it. They can't stand it. That's why it's so good for you as a homeowner, as a consumer, if the FDCPA applies. So what do you do if you have questions about, does my mortgage company, is it subject to the FDCPA? Is it a debt collector? Or maybe I know it's a debt collector, but have they violated the FDCPA? Well, we have lots of videos on what violates the FDCPA, and we're going to try to keep this as short as we can. So if you have questions, get in touch with us. You can contact us through our website, alabamaconsumer.com. You can call us 205-879-2447. You can leave a comment below. Although if it's any personal information, definitely get in touch with us through our website or through our phone number. So again, my name is John Watts, 205-879-2447, alabamaconsumer.com. If you have comments or you want to like this video, you can certainly do that. We love your comments. You can share it through Facebook or Twitter, however you want to share it. We appreciate that. And keep the questions coming. Sometimes we'll do the question and answers in a live webinar. Just be blunt, we've had a little technical problem with that recently, so we're going to probably mix these in as well. These just very simple, one question per video. But definitely share with us any thoughts, questions, comments you have, and we will look forward to chatting with you on the next video. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.